What if I could find a way of preventing over 2 million pounds of waste from going in a landfill?
What if we could keep over 1 million pounds of CO2 out of the atmosphere?
What if we could save the company more than $1 million a year? I'm Matt Popenick with EMC Distribution. My innovation team did all that and more. So the frame is the biggest product that EMC ships, and every frame we ship consumes a box. It's made up of 200 pounds of cardboard, steel, and plywood. So the frame ships to the customer, and the freight provider unpacks the frame. The big box goes in the dumpster, a huge waste of money and materials. So the obvious question is, why not just ship the box back to the plant and reuse it? But it's not that simple.
I'm Alyssa Kettle, and on this project I provided the environmental impact analysis. Something may seem intuitively like a great idea, like returning these big boxes, but from an environmental impact point of view, it might not necessarily be so. So what you have to consider is when we ship a box back to EMC, we're emitting some carbon through shipment, but we can maybe offset that by being able to reuse the box again instead of having to create a new box from scratch.
It's important to look at the environmental impact, but you also have to look at the bottom line. It costs $800 to ship the empty box back to the plant, but the box is only worth $300. Because even though the boxes are empty, they're so big, it costs a lot of money to ship them back. So at this point, it becomes evident we have to make the empty box smaller so it becomes cost-effective to ship it back to the plant.
I'm Laura Nelson, and I'm the consulting packaging engineer at EMC. The box had to be able to have the ability of containing this large rack and then be able to be collapsed into a small state so it could be returned efficiently. Our product is quite large. It can weigh up to 3,000 pounds. So the biggest design challenge is keeping our products safe and secure.
So this was a totally unique idea. No one had done this before. This was a huge collaboration. We had people from the freight company, we had people working that are normally on the dock, our logistics providers, our process engineering groups. Everyone came together. We worked on lunch breaks, we worked after hours. We really put a lot of effort in this because we could all see the value.
We came out with a box that's large enough and strong enough to safely ship our racks. And then that box can be compacted down to about 1/4 of its size, returned very efficiently back to the plant, where we can reuse that same box again to ship out another rack.
Instead of only using this box one time before it goes to the landfill, we're now able to reuse it 7 times. Now we can make only 1 box where we used to have to make 7. Through this project, we're able to keep 1.2 million pounds of carbon out of the atmosphere. The benefit's pretty huge. It's the equivalent of taking 121 cars off the road in a year or planting 1,952 trees.
So the amazing thing is we're having a positive effect on the environment and we're saving the company money at the same time. So now it costs $100 to get the box back to the plant. The box is worth $300, $200 savings per box, over $1 million a year in savings.
The lessons learned from this project are very simply that environmental responsibility, taking care of people, and improving the bottom line are not things that have to be traded off against one another. There are approaches that improve all 3 dimensions, and it should serve as an exemplar for projects going forward.
It's great to see how a little idea like ours, when implemented across a big company like EMC, can make such a large positive impact. We're helping to save our company a lot of money, and we get to help protect the planet we live on.